The Young and the Restless spoilers, Jordan and Ian Ward's bold move, the kidnapping of Faith, and the Newman family's crisis. This week, The Young and the Restless promises a shocking and dangerous turn as two of Genoa City's most devious figures, Jordan Howard and Ian Ward, make their move. For too long, they've been lurking in the shadows, pulling strings and manipulating from behind the scenes. But now, their patience has run out. The time has come for them to step into the spotlight and remind everyone of the danger they represent. And this time, they're targeting the most vulnerable among them, the ones they can exploit, break, and use as pawns in their twisted game. In their eyes, there is no better target than Faith Newman. Faith's vulnerability, a young girl caught in the crossfire. Faith, the youngest daughter of Sharon and Nick Newman, has always been a beacon of innocence in the chaotic world of Genoa City. However, her recent return to town and the decision to stay and study have made her an increasingly vulnerable target. Faith, once a confident and spirited young girl, now finds herself walking a fine line between childhood and adulthood, a precarious age where emotions are heightened and vulnerabilities are exposed. In the past, Faith has already been through hell and back. Her kidnapping by Jeremy Stark was one of the most traumatic events in her young life. While she was fortunate to survive that horrific experience, the scars remain, both physically and emotionally. Faith's life has been anything but peaceful since then, and now it seems that her past demons are coming back to haunt her. Jordan's ruthless plan. Jordan Howard, ever the strategist, has always operated from the shadows, manipulating events and people to her benefit. She is cold, calculating, and willing to go to any lengths to achieve her goals. Now, with Ian Ward by her side, she has the resources and the will to make a real impact. But rather than going after the most obvious targets, Jordan has chosen to strike at the heart of the Newman family, and that means Faith. Faith's disappearance will send shockwaves through Genoa City, especially since she's already been through so much. Sharon and Nick will be immediately thrown into a state of panic. But what makes this scenario even more twisted is the way Jordan plans to use Faith's kidnapping to her advantage. In a brilliant but sinister move, Jordan is setting the stage to frame Daniel or Lucy for Faith's disappearance. By planting false evidence or creating a scenario that makes them look guilty, Jordan will further fuel the tension between the various members of the Newman family. This manipulation will not only heighten the emotional stakes for everyone involved, but will also paint Daniel as a criminal, making him the prime suspect in the eyes of those around him. A family torn apart. The impact on the Newman family will be devastating. Sharon and Nick, already scarred from the trauma they've experienced in their past, will be on edge as their daughter disappears once again. Their first instinct will be to rally around each other, to protect Faith, and to find out who is responsible for her kidnapping. But as they dig deeper into the mystery, they'll begin to suspect those closest to them, unable to trust even their own family. For Sharon, this will be a particularly agonizing time. She has already lost so much in her life, including the death of her beloved daughter Cassie and the many ups and downs with her family. Faith's safety has always been her top priority, and now, with the stakes higher than ever, Sharon will stop at nothing to find her daughter. However, the deeper she delves into the mystery, the more she will realize that the truth is much darker than she could have ever imagined. Nick, too, will feel a deep sense of guilt and worry. As a father, he has always tried to protect his children, and yet the feeling of helplessness that will wash over him when Faith goes missing will shatter his sense of security. The possibility that someone in their close-knit circle could be behind the disappearance will test not only his relationship with Sharon, but also his very sense of identity as a father. And then there's Daniel, whose life could very well be ruined by Jordan's machinations. In her effort to push the Newman family into further chaos, Jordan plans to drag Daniel's name through the mud, accusing him of being behind the abduction. Even if Daniel isn't directly involved, the evidence Jordan plants will make it look as though he is. The tension between Daniel and the Newmans will reach new heights, with old wounds reopening and new betrayals on the horizon. Sharon and Nick's struggle. The emotional toll on Sharon and Nick will be significant. As their daughter disappears, they will be forced to confront their worst fears: losing another child, being torn apart by deceit and manipulation, and facing the horrifying truth that someone they know and trust may be behind it all. The couple will need to lean on each other for support, but as they come closer to discovering who is truly behind Faith's kidnapping, the strain on their relationship will begin to show. Sharon's determination to find Faith will become an obsession, and Nick's protective instincts will drive him to take drastic measures to ensure their daughter's safety. The pressure on their marriage will be immense, and they will be forced to make difficult decisions about how to handle the situation, both as parents and as a couple. The aftermath. As Faith's disappearance begins to unravel, the true depth of Jordan and Ian's plan will come to light. They will have succeeded in destabilizing the Newman family, at least for now. But the consequences of their actions will not go unnoticed. As Genoa City begins to unravel under their scheming, people will start to question who is truly pulling the strings. Will Jordan and Ian's partnership survive this betrayal, or will their own ambitions tear them apart? For the Newman family, the journey to bring Faith home will be long, hard, and fraught with obstacles. Trust will be shattered, relationships will be tested, and the stakes will be higher than ever. In the end, the question remains: can the Newman family come together to save Faith and protect their legacy, or will Jordan and Ian succeed in tearing them apart once and for all? Faith's disappearance may just be the beginning of a much darker chapter in The Young and the Restless. The power struggle between Ian and Jordan is far from over, and the consequences of their actions will reverberate through Genoa City for a long time to come.